Welcome, everybody. Cheers to you. I've got my cup of ginger spice. Actually, I think it's gingerbread spice tea. And I'm so delighted, excited, nervous to be finally sharing this video blog with you, episode 1, because I've had this idea, this vision, this creative energy in my mind, in my heart for so long. And today is the day that the thought is coming to life. So, yay. You ever had an idea in your head or something you wanted to do forever and ever, and one day it just popped out and said, okay, today's the day? Well, that's this day. So I just want to welcome you, all of you, whoever is listening, whoever is tuning into this. I'm Chelsea. I live out loud as a woman, a person, imperfect, totally flawed, but also with my own gifts, as we all have, in sobriety, in recovery. And I know some of you tuning in, listening in, also have your own journey with recovery, with sobriety, with whatever that looks like for you. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line here of this video blog is I've been noticing every week throughout my practices, my meditation, my grounding exercises, the things that I do as a somatic practitioner, I observe themes. I really try to tune in and listen to the themes that are arising for me. And what I have found really interesting is that by working with clients, students, people on the recovery journey, these themes are not unique to me. It's sort of this overarching, overall theme of the week. And I don't know if it's astrology. I don't know if it's the season. I'm sure there are so many things that impact and affect themes, but I've been wanting to make this space where I could share my theme of the week. And so here goes. The theme of the week that I have been tuning into, that has been coming to me through a variety of challenges, teachings, opportunities, gifts, struggles, is this. It's vulnerability, but also resiliency. So I'll tell you a little bit more. We are all, I'll say this for myself. I am a vulnerable, tender, very sensitive human. And I think it's such a challenge to hold the reality that I am so sensitive. I am so tender. I so often feel like I'm out in this world without any protection. And I think that's what drinking, using drugs, food, shopping, all the things that I do to avoid feeling that vulnerability, that tenderness, I think that's what that helped me just feel a little more protected from the reality that I am so vulnerable. I am just so exposed to things shifting, leaving my life, coming into my life. I think I have some level of control, but ultimately I am so powerless. I'm like this little drop in this vast ocean. Anyway, and I've been noticing, because of this practice I've been doing every morning, I've been feeling a little more protected in that vulnerability without needing to use anything external, without needing to go to any of my many coping strategies. I've been noticing there's a resilience to the vulnerability. So I feel that tenderness, I can feel that sensitivity, I can feel that just raw quality, but also because of this practice I've been doing in my recovery, it's like this little bubble of protection for today. And I'm curious if you have practices, if you have techniques that you like to do that help you suit up and feel, I don't know if armored is the right word, but again, protected, secure, boundaried from the stress, from the overwhelm, from just feeling completely ungrounded. And I want to share with you this amazing practice person that shares this teaching that is about connecting with unconditional love. And I don't know about you out there, but for me, part of my recovery journey has been connecting to something greater than myself. Some folks call it God, goddess, spirit, universe, the great mystery. I call mine great mother, loving mother. She's been showing up very feminine, motherly lately. Anyway, so the wonderful, beautiful, brilliant author, Liz Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love, and many wonderful books, started a writing practice of her own that was birthed out of two-way prayer. For those of you that know two-way prayer, shout out to you, where she, every single day, I think for 25 years, gets up and writes a letter from unconditional love. Essentially, she wakes up and says, unconditional love, love, higher power, God, goddess, what would you have me know today? I'll share that link down below, how you can find out more about that practice and listen to her videos and her letters. So nourishing. Because when I feel vulnerable and when I feel exposed and unprotected, there's this critical voice in my head that sounds just like me, that tells me how unsafe I am, that tells me to just be totally anxious and hypervigilant, and tells me everything I'm doing wrong and everything that's wrong with the world and everything that will inevitably go wrong. So I better freak out about it, and I'm not doing enough to protect myself. And just like all that BS, right? Do you have that voice too? Tell me if you have that voice, the inner critic. And if I'm not careful, and if I'm not engaging in a practice with love, with higher power, with something greater than myself, I start to fall under the spell of that critical voice. And because it's so loud, and because it sounds just like me, and because it's been with me forever, I start to think I should listen to it, that it's right, that it's truth. So I've been doing this morning practice in my own way, talking to, writing from, I'm a big imagery person, so I've been envisioning what great mother, what this loving voice would say to me, and I've been doing it every morning, whether I want to or not, for maybe a month now. And it's so much more loving and caring and gentle and supportive than this other very harsh, critical voice. And because I've been making time to connect with it, connect with her, connect with them, whoever this entity is, maybe it's myself, maybe it's that loving, wiser part of myself, within the vulnerability and tenderness and insecurity I feel, because I'm human, like everybody, I don't just have access to this critical, judgy, fearful voice. I've also had access, and therefore the ability to choose to listen to this more loving, gentle, supportive, safe inner voice. And it just has been giving me, again, it's like that bubble of protection, of warmth, of support, of a sense of, yes, I'm vulnerable. Yes, things are changing, shifting, always. And I'm going to be okay for today, which is literally all I can possibly know about. So I wanted to share that theme with you, which I guess is vulnerability coupled with, mixed with a voice of a loving something, someone, higher power, inner power, love from your own self, which creates a sense of resilience. Like, I'm protected, I can bend and flow and flex through this storm, through this weather, rather than snap, break, decay, die, essentially. So maybe it's resilience, maybe it's love and vulnerability all wrapped into one. And that's been the theme for the week for me, If this is landing for you, if you have something you want to say about this, please feel free to tap the information below. You can email me, you can write to me, you can reach out and say, hey, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can we talk more about this? I just would love to hear. Maybe you have some practices that help you connect to that loving something that helps you feel more resilient and a little more protected from the elements. Please let me know. Thank you for tuning in, for watching this video, for having this little tea chat with me. And I love to end us with just a deep breath together. If it feels good to put your hand on your heart, on your belly, on your lap, please do. And let's take a big deep breath in. And a slow, easy breath out. I love you. Have a beautiful day.